All right, good morning. Welcome back, everybody, on this lovely Monday. We're already 2 weeks in, going into the month of October, and it's been exciting. What a great move we got going on with BIMI. Let me tell you, I see a lot of you guys enjoying it in the Cyber Group room. Stock was our biggest runner right now from 8:30 this morning. Check it out. Nice little move right there. Look at that, $2, had that big pop to 320, and the thing ran all the way up to 425. How's everybody doing? Good to see you all. Who made money on it? Who did well on it in the Cyber Group room? Grant, now you got a little bit of it. Who else got some of it? I said a bunch of you calling it out. Leo, you got some of it. Who else got it? Neil, you got a piece of it. Looks like everyone got a little some piece of it. A little nasty stock too. The stock was moving really, really volatile. But we're going to talk a little bit about it. But just before we get through the details of what's going on this week and what to expect, we got a couple of things. I want to talk about some stocks. Let me tell you, I haven't seen a Friday like that in a long time. Friday was awesome. We're going to talk a little bit about that one too. But let's talk about what's going on this week. Big earnings week. Big earnings week, okay? So what you have going on, you got who you got coming out with? You got AT&T, you got Verizon, you got IBM, you got Intel, you got Coke, you got Tesla, you got Netflix. You have some really big earnings that are coming out this week. And, a lot of tech stocks are on a boom. I was just watching the financial stations, and the president of Merrill Lynch of Wealth Management was on and was saying that they're expecting a huge boom going into 2021. What's going on, as long as there's no hiccups with the coronavirus. So they're expecting that everyone should be easing in and maybe should be looking long-term growth for it. Listen, your 401ks, everything else. But how do we know that? Well, remember, I always tell everybody this over and over again. You want to be a good investor, you got to know what's going on in the course of the day. Okay? For example, how is Zoom doing for us, huh? How's Zoom doing? ZM spelled it wrong. There we go. Zoom. So check out the Zoom trade. I mean, look at the monthly on this thing. Why do I have my things over here? Hold on. I mean, there's something happened over here. Let me workplace. Open workplace. Hold on. I don't know why my screen got a little messed up here. Let me just reboot it and reset it. But regarding about the Zoom trade, Zoom is up to about when we were trading it at 160, 130, and I thought that was a lot. Then they blew out numbers. Things been on fire lately. It's been doing great. The Zoom trade. Here we go. But we're doing great with that. Zoom has, obviously, you could see that thing has just been on a great tear right there. So we're going to come back. We'll check out some of these stocks. We'll look at them. But earnings announcement is going to be really, really big this week. Let me fix the screen so you guys can see a little bit better on YouTube and Facebook Live. So now regarding about, BIM is still going. I think it's just literally like on a tear, Let me zoom in over here so you guys see a little bit better. I'll tell you, it's no level 1, guys. Don't let the $4 stock fool you. This thing is like a level 3 and higher. But let's talk about what happened on Friday, because Friday was a pretty cool day. So I'll tell you, I don't remember the last time that I traded that ever seen this, but Hertz traded 1 billion shares. 1 billion. Okay. What is Hertz to me? All algorithms. They got this big funding on Friday. They got a $1.7 billion in financing. That made the stock just take off and literally went off to the races, got off the rails. And, if you look at it, the stock had a really nice gap up, and you could see it right here when it had that great pre-market trading. Boom, look at that pre-market. And then we literally was trading at $140. The thing ran to 260 and then just came right back down. And the stock got really, really ugly after that. It was only good in pre-market. As obviously you could see right now, the stock is like, it's a dog. But what was nice also on Friday was NNDM. Okay. NNDM, once the market opened up, this thing did beautiful. This thing went from 460 straight up to $6, done at 10:30. Thank you very much. And another really nice winner we had on Friday was the KXIN. That one also just went off the rails. Halt after halt after halt. Look at this thing. This thing literally ran. Look at that. Thing started at gate, ran from $1, ran all the way to 450. Where are you going to find that? Oh, yeah, that's right. Right here in the Cyber Group room. So that was another wonderful day for us on Friday. So anyway, that's the past. Now let's work about today. Don't worry about what happened. If you made money, great. That pays for the winners. If you lost money, you came in with a clear head. Hope you regrouped over the weekend. If you didn't get any of them, well, now you got something to look forward to. So anyway, so let's go through the watch list. Oh, I forgot to mention, Wealth 365 event was a very successful event. They had over 1,500 people at one point. We're going to have a lot of new people going to be joining us starting today. If you haven't spoke to your education advisor, please make sure you talk to them. We had over, I think it was over 100 people that registered, I think, from that event. And you know what? I just want to reiterate to everybody here, even if you're considering on YouTube, please, you are not a student of CyberTrading University. We did not train you. You're only here to watch, okay? Don't watch me and my instructors. I say it all the time. Watch the students in the trading room that are part of our team and see if they make money. Because if they're making money, you want to know, well, how do they make money? How did they learn how to do it? How do they know how to get out of stocks? How do they know it? Because we train them. So you need to know if trading's for you first. Because remember, it's not for everybody. You made a very small investment to get into the game. Now we know who you are. Now let's see if this is for you. So please make sure you pay very close attention of what we're doing in the trading room, because it's not like we do it all day. And trust me, like I said at the event, 80% of you think you know how to read charts like the back of your hands. Trust me, you're reading them backwards, and you're going to see, because it's not about support and resistance. It's about buyers and sellers you have to look for. All right. Now let's go through the watch list, because there is a decent list here. And like words of wisdom from our buddy Grant right there. New members, just look, listen, and learn. Way to go, Grant. Way to share it. Let's go through the watch list and see what's going on that we got going on here. First of all, I want to start off with the BIMI. So we know where that's going. Stock is extremely strong. The stock is doing great. Basically, the news on the stock is they had really good earnings, strong earning numbers. Now, this is not like a pharmaceutical stock or whatever, like looking at it in that way. They had really good earnings, which obviously earnings, if we don't teach this in class, because obviously some of us, it's like a big test. But, you have to look at, there's book value, there's P ratio, and it goes through earnings. Through earnings is what they make versus how they evaluate the value of the stock. So that's basically why the stock's doing really well. And that's actually very good news for a company, not some of these, hey, he signed a big contract. Hey, yeah, but they've got to tell you how much money in debt, and that covers it. So, but earnings are really, really are probably the best news when it comes out. That's why you're hearing like, hey, companies come out big earnings this week. So that's why you really want to pay attention. And you know what? There are lessons out there you should learn. You should understanding how book value, earnings, and P ratio does work on a company. All right, another thing, AMC news came out here in New York that they're going to be opening up the floodgates, so people start October 23rd to start. AMC could start opening operations, so that's probably a good sign. You can see the stock has been completely dead. It had a great roller coaster going from 8 down to 3, up to 8, back down to 4, back down up to 8, right back down to 3. This could be, could be a very nice little short-term swing trade. As of day trading right now, it's up about 6-7%. Not really seeing anything great. It was only at $3 on Friday, so when you look at 7%, it's 25 cents, but it might be a little bit of a good swing trade. So we'll keep an eye on that one. A couple other stocks I want to keep an eye on also is the SMMC. There it is. So this one also is up about 5%, 2 million shares. She's up a little bit. She's not up a lot, but I like her trend. Okay. Her trend looks pretty nice. So I want to keep an eye on and see how the stock opens up. It's not as nice with the big volatility that you're having with these other stocks. What else that we have here? So we have AMC. We have a couple of them fell out of bed. I don't know what happened with these, but a lot of you are probably going to ask questions about it. But the CCNC is up 123%. If you look at the intraday chart, It went from 240 to 320, but it came back down to 240. Now, there is some big buyers sitting hovering here right around at 240. If that guy gets hit, it's a game over. All right. So that's basically what I'm looking at right here. Here we go. So you can see right here on the level 4, you got some big buyers right here. You can see 10,000 right there. You can see about 13,000 shares sold on 270. So you could see what kind of trading range the stock has really been trading on, the CCNC. What else that we have? And the KXIN also, it's the third biggest percentage gainer in the New York stock in the exchange right now, in all the exchanges. You can see in the bottom left-hand corner over here. Let me just show you so you guys could see. You can see it right here. This is where I'm finding. These are the stocks right there moving. Remember, this is where we find our stocks right there. That's where we go. All right. So anyway, the stock is obviously it's trending down. I'm not a fan of that. It was $4 early this morning. You could see she's making a lower low. Not really a good sign. I'm looking over here for some big iceberg ores. I'm not really seeing it. There's a 7,000 share. I don't really think that's a lot. Okay. Couple of hundreds, that kind of spook, whatever. So we'll see how she holds over here. But listen, you guys see what happens. We wake up in the morning at 9:30, and all of a sudden these things wake up. But they are there, and they did pick up. They have some nice momentum. We'll see how they turn out when the market opens up. Now, a couple of swing trades. JKS. Guys, look at that chart. Look at that chart. Unfortunately, a lot of us chased it at 50. When we saw it at 20, like, damn, that's a lot of money. Yeah, well, you know what? How's this working out for you? Stock almost hit 72. Okay, so that one's doing pretty well for us on the swing trade. How do we know it was a swing trade? It's really hard to day trade it, but swing trading, you didn't have to trade that much. You're probably looking pretty good, and you're probably thanking me when we chased it, 2 weeks ago. Remember, I kept telling you, solar stocks, solar stocks, solar stocks. If you've been watching me over and over again, what did I keep telling you? They say Biden's leading in the election. What is he known for? The whole Green New Deal. What does this company talk about? Solar stocks, right? So maybe that has something to do with it. Got to read between the lines, guys. So we have that one too. Also, we talked about Zoom. Zoom is kicking ass. I mean, look at this thing. It's like once it broke resistance, it doesn't stop. I mean, when is it going to stop? So hopefully a lot of you guys were in it when we called it out, when we were trading it. At when was that 150, 160. So unfortunately, I sold and I had to buy back and pay more for it. I don't even want to go there. Stock that I also on a swing trade that's doing pretty well too is Pins. Pins is it's like right there. It's like it wants to, if it breaks that 45, 50, 70, this thing could be off to the races. It's probably the only tech stock that I haven't seen that really hasn't really made a big pop yet. But it's there. It's like it's right. It's like it looks exactly like Zoom. It looks exactly like what you call JKS. It's just almost there. And last but not least, I want to bring up is the airlines. So airlines, obviously, they were talking about that. They said that if you go on the plane, the air is more cleaner than in the plane than they did this test with the aerosol. They said it's more clean in plane than 10 times in your house. I guess with the filters, and they did everything they can. So I don't know. Let's keep an eye on airlines because maybe people going to start feeling good. I told you that I went long-term with my swing with the airlines. I mean, they haven't gone anywhere. Bring up Delta really quick. You could see here that they've been hovering here and they've been holding here pretty strong, but pretty good news did come out with them. They're not a good stock to day trade, but you know what? If a couple of earnings announcements start coming up, I think it'll be good. And honestly, is anyone not going to ever fly again? Of course we are, right? So, when we looked at the stock when it was at 60 and it dropped down to 20 Delta, you're like, well, you know what? Listen, I bought it. Even Warren Buffett was wrong about this. Warren Buffett came in and bought it at 45. I bought it at 42. I went in with him when the stock took a big hit. All right. I ended up selling it at when it gapped down. I sold it just below 40. I took a hit. And I only sold because he sold it too. So, you know what I mean? And look where it dropped down to. But I would keep an eye on these airlines as an investment because you know what? I think people are due for a vacation. Some people made a lot of money during this market. I mean, I just got an email. I can go to Tahiti round trip from New York for $750. Who doesn't want to go to Tahiti? My wife doesn't want to take a 12-hour trip, so I'm not going to Tahiti. But I'm definitely going to Greece and Italy this summer. You know what I mean? So I think things are going to work out once the vaccine takes care of. So keep an eye on some of these stocks. Yeah, it does look like a pendant also, Norm. Absolutely. All right, everybody. So a couple of things before we go. Just keep in mind, we let me just fix this so we can show everybody. So a couple of things. So don't forget, this is a very, very busy week. This week we have the Cyber Expo here at CyberTradingu University. We got 4 great speakers. If you have not registered yet, I'll bring up the website right here, CyberTradingu University's website. It's right on the homepage of the website. We do this every 2 months. It's an event you do not want to miss. Remember, the way you learn is surround yourself with great traders. And you know what? These people are very good friends of mine. I've been doing events with them. We handpick them. There's the only good thing is you're not worrying about being around, 90 events, But we got a book map, which you guys want to know about level 4. He is going to be here and he's going to be doing an event. Bruce knows this thing like the back of his hand. You don't want to miss it. I'll be doing a presentation. Barry Burns is going to be here. Price Headley is going to be here. I mean, these guys are awesome. So if you have not registered yet for the event, just like I said, all you got to do is reserve your seat. Click here. And just put the link in there for you. So guys, please go in there now and register. And then tomorrow is going to be live on YouTube. It's Traders Talk. Don't miss it. We do it once a month. We broadcast it live, so you want to lose that opportunity. All right, guys. So with that said, good luck. We'll see you back at 2:30. If you're new here to CyberTradingu University, like we told you earlier, be patient, watch, talk to education advisor. Don't be shy, but please keep in mind, this is not a teaching room to trading room. So keep your questions to trading. All right, guys. Good luck and be safe. We'll see you back at 2:30 here on YouTube and Facebook Live. And Cyber Groups, we'll start commentary at 9:35.